Hey, I want to show you a little bit of my equipment today. I've been shooting a bow for over 30 years, well, about 32 years now. And here's my original bow. This is a Martin. It's a Martin Lynx. I bought this back in the early 80s. I give $109 for it. It's no thrills, no frills, no nothing, just a bow. And I started shooting with a sight. I put my sight on and I went with like 3 pins, and I narrowed it down to I want to use 1 pin so I wouldn't get confused on the yardage and everything. So what I did is I went to 1 pin and I shot it dead on at 20 yards. And what I started learning how to do is change anchor points. Farther away, I would lower my anchor point. I had 3 different anchor points, here, there, you know, normal here, and a little bit up there for closer. And when I started hunting, I realized when it got dark, or right at dark, when the deer start, right before dark, when it's starting to get just perfect deer time, I couldn't see my pin. I even put a little light on there and I still had difficulty seeing my pin. So what I did is I completely removed my sights altogether and just started shooting instinctive. And I shot instinctive for about 25 years. I killed a lot of deer, a lot of animals with this bow, a lot of hogs. I really enjoyed shooting instinctive because you just get up in a tree. If you see a deer out there, you just pull your bow back because you've shot thousands of times at it and you got used to it, and it's just sort of instinctive shooting. You just pull back and release and you shoot your animals. And what I did is I switched over like about 5 years ago, and I got this other Martin. This is a Martin Firecat, and I went back to shooting with sights, which I kind of wish I wouldn't have did that. I wish I'd have stuck with instinctive, but I went with the sights and everything. And I've killed a lot of animals with this particular bow in the last 5 years. Maybe I've had it 6. Time flies. It's hard for me to remember. But like last year, I think I shot 9 deer with it. And I don't know how many hogs I shot. I shot most of all my hogs at night. I get up in a tree and I got a light down there and I can shoot at night with this. You know, back when we were shooting the old way, we were using the aluminum arrows, and the aluminum arrows was always a real challenge because they were so easily to bend, and you know, they was easy to mess up. Particularly when, a lot of times when you're shooting a deer, if you're up in a tree stand, it'll go all the way through a deer. And sometimes you can reuse your arrows. But a lot of times when you're shooting a hog is lower to the ground, so when the arrow goes down and sticks into the ground, they may be that much still stuck in the hog and he'll run off and break your arrow. Hogs are always a challenge, but you know, now that we're shooting these type of bows and everything, we're going to the carbon arrows. These carbon arrows are nice because you don't have to worry about bending them. They're either broke or straight. But a lot of these, you can see these are, I've shot, most of all these has been with hogs. Is the reason why they're broke like that, because like I said, they're going down close to the ground and some of it's still in the hog and they'll run off. But you know, the thing about equipment and arrows and everything, it's all personal preference. I shoot these Beemans, which they're actually a cheap arrow. These are like $50-something for 6 of them. You know, I know people that spend $100 for 6 of them. But it's all personal preference. Like I said, I shot 9 deer with these last year, and I used some of the same arrows over and over and over to kill hogs, and you know, even to shoot deer. I just thought about this. Last year I shot 3 hogs in 2 shots. What I did is I shot a hog, it ran off, and here come another one. I shot it, and when I shot it, I heard another one squealing behind it. The arrow went completely through it. And when the arrow went through that hog, it backboned another hog. So in 2 shots, I killed 3 hogs. But it's all personal preference. If it works for you, it doesn't matter if something costs $29, or some people will spend $100 on something. But if $29 something works for you, use the $29 one. Or when it comes to anything, I'm not talking about arrows, but these work fine for me. Like I said, I killed all of those deer, and I don't know how many hogs with the same arrow somebody may have spent twice as much on. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little talk today. If you're going to get into bow hunting, go to a bow store, pick up a bow, and if it feels good in your hand, that's the bow for you to get. People are sticklers on certain bows, but it all depends what you get used to and what you get used to shooting and what works good for you. Well, you have a very good day. Thank you.